everyone, so today I thought I'd do a tack up and ride with me. I've never done one of these before and I'm really not very good at voiceovers, so I apologise in advance. Here's me giving Crystal Nose a boop. So basically I'm just going to talk through what I'm doing, I suppose, and then when I'm riding I'll talk through some of it and then I'll just leave the audio for as it is. So at the moment we're all in quarantine, so that means that at my livery yard I have a certain amount of time I can be at the yard. For me personally, my time slot is 3 o'clock till 4:30. And we have the time slot so that we aren't interacting with other people, so we don't risk spreading the virus. So we're all at the yard at different times. So at the moment, I struggle to ride both of them within that time slot and get all the work done, but I managed to squeeze it all in today. So today I'm going to be taking Crystal for a hack, and me waving at Vegas. I'm going to be taking Crystal for a hack. I'm going to be schooling Vegas. And obviously before I put any tack on, I always give her a brush off, as especially at this time of year when their coat is molting a bit and their summer coat is starting to come through, it is good to make sure all the dust and loose hairs are off so they're not itchy. And Crystal decides to leave me a lovely gift here, a nice poo. Yeah, thanks Crystal. So as you can see, it's very sad. Crystal's mane has nearly rubbed out completely, which is very upsetting. I've been trying to save it, but to no luck, and to no luck any year. We never managed to rescue Crystal's mane. She always manages to rub half of it out. So if you also have that issue, please let me know what you do to stop them rubbing it out, because I've literally tried everything. So since having her tendon injury, if you don't know about that, you can see the last video I posted. Crystal always has to wear brushing boots or tendon boots at any time when riding and whenever doing any type of exercise, just to make sure she has the protection there, especially with the weaker tendon. And she also wears overreach boots because, as you might expect, she overreaches, especially when she goes hacking, where she gets very, very excited. If you watched my last video, you would know all about her tendon injury, but as she did have the tendon injury last year, I'm taking it really easy with her this year. So at the moment, Crystal is only in hacking work, and just occasionally we have a little jump just for some fun. I'm really hoping to pick up her work soon, as well. I was planning to get her out a little bit over this summer, but now, because everyone's plans of 2020 have kind of been thrown in the bin because of the whole coronavirus, I don't really know what I'm going to do with her. At the moment I'm just doing some light hacking, not bothering with any schooling really, just letting her hack, have fun, getting her out, just having a chill time, as Crystal is now retired from eventing and from heavy competition work, so it doesn't really matter what she's doing at the moment. While I'm still trying to keep Vegas fit, on the other hand, with Crystal, I'm just keeping her ticking over with hacking. And here's one thing about Crystal: whenever I do the girth, she always puffs out. As you can see, I'm struggling to get it round that fat stomach. Now, although Crystal is rather round at the moment, she really isn't that round, so she's definitely puffing out. She's sniffing my leg there. And if anyone else has a horse that puffs out, you know that you just kind of have to shove that girth up, because she pretends that it's literally cutting her in half, but then 5 minutes later you can fit your entire hand in it. It's so loose. Crystal's very good to put her bridle on. She is very good to take the bit. I'm very lucky that she's easy to tack up, and her mane is a little bit scraggly at the moment. Please ignore that. Yes, as I said, half of it's rubbed out. We're just not going to talk about that. And if anyone's wondering where the bridle is from, it is a special pressure point bridle, which is really comfortable for the horses and encourages a nicer head carriage. And it is from my lovely sponsors, Authentic Equestrian, which have gifted me this bridle. I've noted such a huge difference, especially in her dressage work. The bridles are BSB and BD legal, so you can use them in affiliated competitions, and they are just amazing. So that is Crystal pretty much tacked up, and now it's time to go for our hack. For the hack, I'm just gonna leave the natural sounds. You can hear me chatting away to Crystal, and I thought that it would be a little bit pointless for me to narrate me hacking, and I know a lot of people just enjoy hearing the natural sounds of hacking, so I'm going to leave that audio as it is, and I hope you guys enjoy. Hi, I'm back again. Quick side note, please ignore the fact that I'm wearing Converse to ride. I really don't recommend it. The pony club would have my head if they saw me doing this, but we're just going to ignore it for now.
What is it? It's so scary. What are you scared of? Oh my gosh, what is it? You're being such a wuss. We came down here yesterday, why are you being scared? Come on. You're being silly. Oh. Good girl. Steady. 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 Oh. Good girl. We had a spook up here yesterday. Oh. Come on. Good girl. Good. So brave. Oh, spooking. Oh. Oh my god. I know you want to turn around, but don't start rearing, please. No! Crystal! Stop it. Good girl. No. Crystal. Wah! Crystal! No, we can't do that. Whoa. Okay, stop it. For everyone watching, we always get to this point on our hack where I turn around and go back again. And Crystal knows when it's time to turn around. She always wants to gallop home. She's been quite good today, normally she's a lot worse. Crystal, stop it. And I have to make her not gallop. Oh my goodness. Because she needs to learn she's not allowed to just gallop home. Oh, that was a big one. Crystal. No, stop it. Stop it. I'm walking. Oh my goodness, you're so naughty. Stop. Can't. Stop it. Okay. Don't gallop off with me. Come back here. Oh, there's a butterfly. Yes. She's being very strong now because she loves going home. Crystal. You see her, hear her panting. She's like a dragon. Stop. Steady. Steady. Oh, she's trying to gallop off. Come on. Stop it. It's so strong. And here is my favourite part of the hack. And Crystal's scared of it, but we're going to do it. It's the pretty lake. So pretty. Look how beautiful it is. Crystal's a bit scared of the ducks sometimes. It's not so bad. Just, I don't like it. It's all a bit scary. Stop trying to gallop off with me. There's another lake there. Crystal's trying to gallop home at lightning speed. Stop it. Back for you, Crystal. She's going to jog all the way home now because you get very excited.
So after my hack on Crystal and quickly giving her nose a quick boop here, I go to pony number 2, which is baby Vegas, who pretends she's grumpy and scary, but she actually loves the kisses and the cuddles. She's just very much a mare who likes to pull faces, even though she doesn't really mean it. She can be a little bit grumpy in her stables, so as you can see, she has her ears back because she's with her food, but she really is a sweet mare. She just likes to pull faces. And like with Crystal, I always give her a brush off, especially as Vegas seems to be molting quite a lot at the moment. As you can see, all the dust and hair flying off. And as it's that time of year, their summer coats are coming through. As you all know, if you follow me on Instagram, Vegas's coat changes colour like the weather. It's ridiculous. We don't really know what colour she is. And a really fun thing that her mane likes to do is just fall on a different side each day. And sometimes both sides if it's feeling a little bit rebellious, so I always have to brush it over to one side. But Vegas does quite enjoy being brushed. She isn't really a horse that enjoys being fussed over too much. She's quite an independent mare, but she tolerates me brushing her, and I think she rather enjoys it, even though she pretends she doesn't. If anyone else has a mare, you know that they just have a tough exterior when secretly they do love the kisses and cuddles, but they have a reputation to uphold, you know, like they can't be caught being too soft. So yeah, here's me putting on Vegas's boots. As you can see, Crystal and Vegas share boots. I'm very lucky that they have the same size boots. I have about 20 pairs of the same over each boots and brushing boots, but I just somehow seem to use the same ones every single day. So I use them on both horses. Vegas overreaches like Crystal does, and then I put brushing boots on her just for extra protection. I don't really like to ride my horses without boots, it's just a personal preference. Of course, boots aren't a necessity for a lot of horses, but for me personally, I prefer to wear them. And here's me trying to move Vegas, and Vegas just like not wanting to move. She says, no, thank you, I'll stand here. And the funny thing Vegas always does, whenever I put the breastplate over her head and before I put the bit in, is she smiles every single time before I put the bridle on, like clockwork. It's very strange, but she is quite affectionate and I give her a little kiss here. But yes, Vegas actually took the bit quite well today. When I first got her, she was actually quite difficult to put the bit in and didn't like her bridle being done. She's a little bit fussy with her ears being touched. She used to be a little bit difficult, nothing too terrible. She would just stick her head 10 feet in the air and say, no, not today. But luckily, because I'm tall, I'm 5'10", I can usually grab her and haul her down again. But she's got a lot better now. You may have noticed that Vegas has blinkers on her bridle. Now, I get a lot of questions about these on my Instagram. And the blinkers are to help as she is quite a spooky mare. This just helps her focus on what's in front of her, just stops her getting distracted by unnecessary things that are going on around her. Yes, they aren't a complete fix. She's still a spooky horse. She's still busy brained. She still looks at things. But I do feel like they make a little bit of difference and they're definitely worth giving a go. They won't solve all your problems by any means, but I feel like they definitely help and aid when you want them to focus. So next is the saddle, which you always have to be a little bit cautious. As you can see, she's pulling her face there. She can be quite grumpy to put the saddle on. It honestly depends on her mood. There's my dad giving her a stroke and Vegas looking very angry. But it depends on her mood. She can sometimes just stand there and pull her face. Other times she'll stomp a foot like a child having a tantrum. Don't worry, her saddle completely fits. It is just a little quirk of hers. She's the same when a rug goes on. She's just a little bit grumpy and doesn't really like things going on her back. And she's never actually tried to bite me while I'm doing the girth or anything, but she does sometimes get a little bit close. So I always keep a half eye on her when I'm doing the girth up, as she is a little bit of a grumpy mare. But she is actually a very sweet horse. She just has a couple of quirks, but nothing major. She's very good to do most of the time. As you can see, I'm just keeping an eye on her here. Don't really want to chunk out of my leg, thanks Vegas. My lovely saddle pad here is from my sponsors from Fomo Protection. I'm really excited for their body protector launch coming soon. And here's Vegas pretending that she's scared of the mountain block that she sees every single day of her life. For some reason, she finds it necessary to snort at it every day, like she's never seen it before, but that is just 6-year-olds for you. Today's ride on Vegas, I'm just going to be schooling her, working over a couple of poles, nothing extreme, but just working on keeping her straight and working on her weaker rein, which is the left rein in canter, which she struggles to bend round. So I put up 2 little poles just for her to come over and bend round on a 20-metre circle and come over in canter and trot just to get her working and bending correctly. And Vegas was actually very good to school this day. Sometimes she can be a little bit spooky and she just pretends that there's an invisible monster in the corner at the end sometimes. As you can see with Vegas, I don't do too much walking with her. She is a very busy-brained mare, and if she does too much walking and not thinking and getting her focus, she lets herself get wound up and scared of things that she doesn't need to be scared of. And the best thing for her is just to get going, get working, start working on the bit, get her going round, listening, doing some simple transitions just to get her focused on me. And once I have the first half of the session cracked, she's normally very good for the rest of the session. And it is the first half that is the most important with her and most young horses like her. They just need to focus on you, make sure they're not getting distracted by other things. And even for such a simple exercise as I'm doing here, just going over 2 poles, just to get her thinking, it just makes it a little bit different than a plain regular schooling session. I didn't include too many schooling clips as I didn't want to bore you guys, but I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys are interested in this kind of thing, I will do it more often. Leave it a like if you liked it, a dislike if you didn't. Hope you subscribe and leave me a comment down below on your thoughts on these types of videos if you guys would like me to do more of these, as I haven't actually done one like this before. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Bye!